Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report, presented by Pepsi, a show all about UNC Pembroke athletics. I'm Cameron Songer, joined now by UNCP women's golf head coach David Simon. Coach, thanks for sitting down with us.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Since we haven't had the chance to sit down and talk with you yet this season, let's talk a little about the team. You returned the bulk of your starting lineup from last season, including all Peach Belt Conference standouts Laura Bird and Ashley Thompson, as well as senior Rebecca Mirovich. With veteran leadership like that, what are some of the goals your team has set for itself this season?
Our number one goal is to make NCAA regionals down in Florida. That's our goal for the whole year, along with having the best grades in the department.
The leadership was evident for you during the fall portion of the 2015-2016 schedule. The Braves won the season-opening Cutter Creek Invitational in early September and captured runner-up finishes at both the Patsy Rendelman Invitational and the SAC Preview. What impressed you the most about your team during that fall season?
We had a solid fall. Winning the Cutter Creek was awesome to start off that way. We also set a school record in September at the Lander event, shooting our best numbers ever, even though we finished third. And we were a little disappointed to finish second twice in October. Top three in a college tournament's never bad, but we did not play like we can play and actually felt a little roughed up finishing second.
You have a wealth of youth on your team as well. Your roster has 2 freshmen and 2 sophomores, including Amanda Levy and Savannah Thompson, who both competed in tournaments for your team last season. What kind of potential do you see for Amanda and Savannah, as well as freshmen Alexandria Bear and Maria Casas?
Savannah and Mandy are leaders, probably future captains. Savannah has improved a ton. She almost won the Wingate event, the SAC Preview. Mandy's a solid top 5 player. Both are really good people. Our freshman, Alex, got into the top 5 for Cutter Creek and helped us win that event. And Maria is redshirting, but she is our best student and a fantastic teammate.
UNCP concluded the fall with a number 26 listing in the golfstat.com Division II head-to-head rankings. Talk about what goes into ranking teams in that poll and why that listing is maybe a little bit more accurate than some of the traditional polls that coaches would vote on.
Well, the show's not really long enough to explain how that golf stat works. It's like the old college football BCS. No one really understands it. It's not voted on. It's purely by numbers, strength of schedule, how the weather can factor into it, what you shoot, who you beat, who beats you. You're compared to teams that you don't even see. And it's a lot better than a typical ranking where people are voting. Like there's no politics, no eye tests, it's straight up numbers.
You recently competed in your first tournament of the spring, turned in a 5th place finish at the Tusculum Kiowa Island Intercollegiate, which was stacked with a handful of teams ranked inside the top 40. You had a pretty long break between the end of your fall season in October and now. Did you see any of the effects of a long layoff at that tournament?
We were a little rusty, but most of the teams were pretty rusty except for Florida Southern. But we finished 5th. We did okay. Sunday was the windiest I've ever coached in. It was about 40 degrees when we started, with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. It was very tough.
As a coach, do you spend more time on things such as the mental game and course management than swing mechanics, and why would one be more important than the other?
2/3 of what we do is short game, 100 yards and in, putting, chipping, and wedges up to 100. Mental, we need to be mentally tougher. We've got good people on the team, but need to just react better to the bad stuff, bad weather, react to the good shots and stuff. And we do a lot of full swing too, but most of what we do is course management, short game, and the mental side.
When you talk a little bit about the mental side, what kind of things does that actually, what does that mean in terms of, is that keeping up with or keeping a level head when things aren't going your way?
Just being tough. Even like last weekend when the weather was so bad, we do not complain about weather. We use it to beat people, and just never getting emotional, just being a tough, mentally strong competitor.
Who are some of the teams to beat in the Southeast region this season, and what kind of potential does your team have to make a return trip to the NCAA postseason?
Well, 12 teams make it this year. That's up from 9 from the past, which is great. After the fall, we were ranked 12th in our region, so you could say we're firmly on the bubble. We'll have to play absolutely awesome, but I believe we will make regionals.
Recruiting is a year-long effort for most coaches, including yourself. What advice would you give to any potential collegiate golfers watching this show, particularly with the things they can be doing to get noticed and recruited by your coaching staff?
Well, working unbelievably hard, work short game, playing as many tournaments as you can. Playing in tournaments is not easy, it's not cheap. but play in anything you can, and just don't sit at home waiting for a coach to call you. You have to get out there, call coaches, email coaches to get noticed.
Thanks, Coach David Synan. That's all the time we have for this week's Black and Gold Report. I'm Cameron Songer, and until next time, go Braves.